This is a Hoover Portapower little handheld corded vacuum cleaner from the early 1980s. This came from the car boot a few weeks ago now at this point, but yeah, we visited it, it rained, we were there for 10 minutes, I saw this, paid £15 for it, which I do regret, but it's here and we shall take a look at it. And then this was waiting outside the front door for me when I got home. The lovely Mr. Stephen has sent me a box of completely random things, so we'd best take a look at that as well. So let's have a look. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner and Hoover chums. How are you today? This is a Hoover Portapower. I probably should have looked up the model number so I could recite it, but I haven't. But it is whatever the model number was. It is, for us UK people, a Mk1 Portapower because it has this style of tools. In fact, I should probably have started with this off because this is what I saw. It was just chucked on the floor on a big old tat stool. Love those sort of tat stools. So yeah, I asked about it. The rain was just starting to spot down, and yeah, the bloke was, all right, and I've got the hose, mate. And I was talking to myself and said if he pulled out a ruined hose, I would just walk away. But no, he pulled out this. I handed him my money, and that was it. It was the only thing that I bought. But I mean, underneath all the filth, it's probably not too bad. This is all there is. We just have this and the hose. I don't even class the crevice tool. I shall let you know about that in a second. But we'll start with the original Flex, beige 80s Flex. And then we have a very nice ever-ready plug, not chipped or cracked. Yeah, very era appropriate, no shielded pins. So that would probably have been the original plug for this machine. And that's it, really. There is no ratings plate on this, so all I can tell you is this is early 80s, because by the mid 80s they had changed all of this design and it was the grey one. So there we go. Oh, plug it in and it runs all right actually. It starts and it goes. It vibrates its little head off. Ooh, it does sound a little bit iffy. We should have a look at the bag in a minute because I want to vacuum all that out. But we need to measure it first. Then we can look at the hose. And yes, it is an American style hose. A celebrity has this hose. In fact, oh, that's handy actually. Oh no, it doesn't have this hose. It has this hose with a different hose end. I've got a celebrity that I haven't got a hose for at the minute. Dang it, I forgot about that. I don't think this crevice tool is from this machine. I see no remnants of a nub. So comment down below if that may or may not be. And actually I was in a room where I could have got a load of small tools for this, but I didn't. And I just remembered that now. That was silly because the hose end isn't actually as broken as I thought. This sticker will probably survive once I peel the end off. But it is a lock ring pip fit hose end with suction release valve, and yeah, it's not actually broken, so that's quite good. It is utterly filthy. utterly filthy, but it runs. So let me go and get the measurement devices and we'll have a go at it before we clean it out. So before we empty it or clean everything out, I'm hoping this will probably seal up okay enough as well. Call that 60 there, that's not awful. If we can turn this on, turn the light on. Oh, that's fairly respectable, 13.8, 14. Yeah, we'll call that 14. 14 miles per hour of airflow, which is pretty decent really, considering that the bag is very full of yucky fine dust. It's very stiff as well, which is always a sign. But there we go, that is the inside of our Hoover Portapower. It's filthy, but it's there. The little dirt flap thing is intact and in one piece. And actually, oh yeah, in fact we could probably do the exhaust measurement test now. We'll lift this up. There's the remains of the foam. Yep, we'll get that out of there. This is what 80s Hoover foam does. It literally just crumbles to shreds. And that's it, gone. So it's good to get that out anyway. We'll put the hose back on. Well, I say back on actually. It's probably never been connected to that in its entire life. But then nobody's probably holding an aerometer to it to see how far the wind blows. And I'll actually probably hold it from the back so it blows through. Oh my God, that was stupid. That was very silly. We might do that later because that's just blowing a load of fine dust all over the room from the hose because I didn't clean it out first. And yeah, I do now regret that. So let us get the V-Tough Mini X2 out and give this bit of a dusting up. Right, let's get this a bit more cleaned up and then I can also suck out the hose a bit more. Oh, turn it on. That helps. I was doing this bit for ages. That's all it needs. It just needs a bit of a vacuum off. Nice clean out. Good to go like that. It won't, but it'll be good enough to be fine. Right, do that. We'll put the V-Tough adapter on. Shove that nicely into there and then just open up the hose. In fact, we could use the hose. Oh look, it's producing about the same amount of airflow. Whoopsie. Well look, we can use the hose to clean out the bag. Oh. This won't be helping. I think that will do as a starter for 10. Anyway, I shall put the bag back the right way round that it should be. Put that in there. These go through the washing machine very nicely, these bags. So yeah, I'll put that through one day and it will come out like new. But for now, I forgot to dust all the front lips. Look at that. That looks not great. Oh man, yeah, this has just been sat for ages. Nice and clean out. This is exactly what it needed. We could wipe it down. I'm probably not going to bother. Right, we'll clip that back into place so that it sorts itself out. And then there's just so much air leaking from this hose. It's a big shame, really, and I don't think I can get the end off terribly easily, and I don't want to start doing that yet. Well, the device problem is, I like to measure from the hose, as you know, but it's obviously not working great. I wonder if I could even begin to hold this in a position and do it. Interesting. It was more powerful it had more wind through the hose than it did at the end of the machine. But I'm going to call that done enough for its before portion of the video, because we've done a few Portapowers now. This one will just strip down, wash up, still be a little bit faded or it's a bit warm, and come up quite nicely. And you know, we'll try and find some better or more tools. Not sure on that, because this is the original hose. This would be quite nice cleaned up, but find the original tools for this, forget it. Unless we get really lucky and they happen to maybe be in here, which is very much not going to be. But yeah, this was sent my way, the cost of a bit of postage, and I have no idea what the heck is in it, and we may as well have a look and find out together. Oh, already I see a Sebo hose, Sebo X series hose. That's oh no way, that fits incredibly closely actually. No, we shouldn't. Yeah. Whoa. Look, a Sebo hose fits the Portapower. Oh my god, it does. Wow. Okay, well look, you never know, we might find some tools. Right, okay, so we have a Sebo hose. Oh wow, okay. There are lots of bags. Holy poo, I've got the machines that fit these bags, I think. One pack of A&G bags. It's very familiar, but I can't quite picture what that is. And then another box of A&G bags. Ooh. Yeah, I do still have, I sold one of the brown A&Gs, I still have another, so that's pretty cool. Then there is a big pack of genuine Electrolux dust bags for big models. And when I say dust bags, I mean these are probably the ones that line the bin and then you put the top back on, which, I mean, we could find something cool to do with that. Oh, and some pattern Electrolux Z 73, 74, 75. So these are these, which is cool, but we don't actually have one of those, so who knows. But thank you very much, Stephen. Ooh, they have an AG Votosoft 1100. That's pretty amazing. I like that. What else is there? Then there's a Sebo parts. Now I've had one of these go before, and we rebuilt it on an X1, which is still going. It's, you know, I did it. I had to do it 3 times in the end, and it really took some clamping together. But that's cool. End cap. The intermediate bearing and a screw wedged in there. That's fine. A PCB, which is broken-ish. No, it probably isn't broken. The little sensor has been bent right down. Otherwise, that's probably going to work fine. Put this back in here. Obviously from an X1, X4 of some description. Oh, this is always handy to have. The top clip for a hose. And yeah, it's just actually the handy-ish bits of the Sebo that one normally needs. So yeah, well, thank you very much. I shall ferret those away into the shed. But we have a turbo head. That's pretty cool. Ooh. Oh, it's literally this. Okay, well, it'll work well enough for us to test this on the Portapower. It's actually sticking itself down, but it's not spinning. Yeah, that's it. It's not spinning, but then that's probably more the fault of the Hoover Portapower. Let's see the V-Tough Mini with its more modern motor, although it's not, you know, the most airflowy thing I've got, can spin it any faster. Oh no, I think it's just rubbish. That needs a little bit of work somewhere on the lunge, but that is incredibly cool. I will get that restored one day and we can have that with a Miele. Oh, that now means that I have a good excuse to buy a 90s AEG. I said Miele, 90s AEG. And I've actually got one. This, but then my one's the electronic head version. But I think this is for the model below it. So that's pretty cool. Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen. Obviously, yeah, I need to find some tools to fit it. And these bags would actually be quite handy. These would go with this machine randomly. So maybe I need to go AEG hunting. Who knows? But I thought that would just pad out this video a little bit because we've all seen a knackered old Hoover Portapower before. But we can have a look at some other stuff. So there we go. We shall see this one day when it is all fixed up. And, well, have you ever been to the car boot and bought something that you didn't really need or want just because it was there? Of course you have. Let me know down below. But until the next video, I and some other tat will see you soon. Bye bye.